Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to assume that all of you have just come from DDH After Hours Week 11 Part A, so if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that first. Now, I do not remember everything that was said. I took a day in between commentating the two videos, so bear with me if I repeat something. But just to reiterate everything I believe that I said in the last video, because I'm sure that I rambled on for far too long trying to coherentize the thoughts I had. Heartseeker can't be blocked. Haha. So now my runes are now runes of the pack. For power, which is currently partially bugged, precision, about 4% of critical chance, and the chance on hit to gain might, fury, and swiftness, plus 20% additional swiftness duration. So those are my new runes, and I'll be sticking with them for probably a good while. For gear, I've swapped out all Berserk. I don't have any Berserker gear left in my gear set, in my armor. All my weapons are still Berserker because I kind of think that's automatic. But my armor is now a mixture of Knights and the Power, Toughness, and Vitality for World v World. So I'm definitely going for less of the offense, more defense, because my offense already shreds these people. So I really feel that any more would be overkill, and I would lose a lot of the ability to fight classes like Guardians, who you have to fight in a sustained fight. Fight on. Yep. So Knights gives toughness as a main trait, power to a lesser trait, and precision, which is nice because I was using Valkyrie, which had no precision on it. So I do get a nice bit of a critical chance from that, which, as I said before, I have 82 with food, which I'm currently not eating, and fury. I recalibrated my traits again, so now I'm 10 in power, because I've tried it. I just can't do it without Mug. It's critical for having a burst damage build. You need Mug for that. I kind of would like them to nerf Mug and buff something else so that I wouldn't feel required to spec 10 points into that. But in its current state, Mug is essential. Here's the Thief I did. If you were watching my last Part A video, this is the Thief I mentioned early on. He's got Basilisk Venom already up, but it expires. So, there. He's a complete glass cannon. He hit me with the Dazing Strike, which is the least damaging part of that whole move, and it still hurt a lot. That short bow also hurts. So yeah, if I get a chance to actually hit him, he will be in trouble. But in that situation, I was already in trouble. Didn't want to do that. Here's a Thief. Fought him without Basilisk Venom up, but the glass cannon guy is back, so I don't want to be here for this. Anyways, traits. 10 just to get Mug in the power. 30 in critical chance, because that's where the majority of my damage will come from. 0 in the toughness tree, which is too bad. I did like having reduced cooldowns on Shadow Step and Shadow Refuge, but I instead put those 10 points into the bottom tree, Trickery, for Steel Recharge Rate and Boon Duration. And it gave me Thrill of the Crime, which gives, on Steel, Might, Swiftness, and Fury. With Fury being the biggest important part of that. And I still have 20 points in Acrobatics, taking the traits for faster initiative regen, because that will really help you win in a prolonged fight against other thieves. It also helps you escape, surprisingly enough, because it will recharge your initiative fast enough that you can use your short bow, teleport more frequently, which is nice. Haha, finally caught you. Now, I believe immediately after this I get Zerged, and one of the people in that said Zerg was this guy. So I was a little miffed, so I decided I would just hunt him down. which is actually really fun. I kind of wish that they'd implement a system where you could do that. just like put a bounty on somebody and spend your time in World doing that. I think that would definitely be a cool way to show that Zergs are not the only way to play World versus World. So yes, and the other trait I took in acrobatics was faster endurance, faster initiative regen, and reduced falling damage. Which I frequently say that I'll switch it out for Fleet Shadow so I can move faster while in stealth, but I never do, just because I'll forget and then fall off a cliff and die, and it'll be very embarrassing. So I try not to do that. Now this guy is an engineer, but he doesn't really react fast enough. Now what I was actually doing was I was standing on that cliffside, ignoring people as they walk by, waiting for that thief to show up. That black Sylvari thief. But he didn't, so I got distracted. Whoa! Well, it appears he came to me. So here he is, but he wasted Basilisk Venom because I evaded it. And Ethereum is standing over my shoulder at this point watching. And at this point, when he dropped Shadow Refuge, he was like, well, that's it. Because he knew that the thief that drops Shadow Refuge first is the one that's getting desperate. So, Spike, my mortal enemy, lies slain upon the field. Here's an Elementalist, but again, don't mess with Elementalists. They will roll your face, and you won't even end up damaging their health. Now, somebody parked a Golem up here. So I'm like, woohoo! Golems! My god, they have so much health! I'm like, oh, hello there, buddy. And, yeah, they go down quick. I see the thief is coming back out to meet his mortal end. Haha. Dodged your thing. You're blind. Get back over here. I know I hit him for Vlot right there, but he hit me, and then... Oh. My mistake there was, number one, I had the revealed buff on when I went into the cloak. Number two was I should have just swung. Look how much damage my downstate dagger was. And number three, I should have let him spike and miss while the cloud was down. But I didn't. And so, I guess turnabout is fair play, right? So, I'll let him have that one. Now I go back and look for him again, but he never comes back out, so he must have logged afterwards. I mean, killing Blue Shadow, I think that's log-worthy, you know? God, I am so modest. Anyways, he tries to drop a crate on my head, but he's blinded while doing it, which targeted elite skills get screwed over by blind. It's cheap, but I love it. Now here, there was a Mesmer along with this Necro, but he apparently decided to go elsewhere. I want to kill him. You will notice that, as I stated before, the fear duration is exceptional. So you can kill the Necro in the time it takes for the fear to expire, especially with good crits, and Fury helps with that. Here he's got friends coming, but no hard CCs to stop me, and I'll just walk away from that one, I believe. Yeah, two guys, I'll just walk away. Here, it's an interesting picture icon he has in the top, beside his health bar. Pink flamingo. Well, another ranger, and a tree of victory, plus 2 badges. And here we have us, it looks like an AFK soldier. Oh, Dad Axe. Endure Pain comes up, starts swinging the hammer. I'm not sure if the traded Endure Pain has a shorter duration of than the utility skill one, but I'm not sure. Anyways, I switch to short bow and start whittling them from range. Then put down Shadow Refuge so I get the immobilizing arrow, which I think was really cool. So it screwed over the leap that they tried to use to escape back to their invulnerable zone, and they turned to fight, but they died. Now I realized in the previous video I said I wasn't going to fight any Ellies, and here's another one. But I recognize this one. This one was from when I fought at the Golem. This was the Ellie that I killed, so I knew up-leveled 80, like harshly, they were not nearly level 80. Here we have a Mesmer, and I can immediately tell it's Mesmer, even before I steal and get the consume ectoplasm. God, it'd be so awesome if you could like not consume it and just get a glob every time you steal from Mesmer. I need a lot of globs. But you can tell it's Mesmer because of the 3 lightly armored classes. You have Necros, who usually either have the swiftness signet or a pet out, like a Necro pet, or they will be running around with spectral trail, trailing green goo behind them. So you can tell Necros. Ellies will constantly have an attunement buff under their name, so you can always tell an Ellie. So by process of elimination, if a light armored character has neither of those, you can pretty safely assume it's actually a Mesmer. The same can be said of engineers, because most thieves will run around either in a hood or or they'll run around with Signet of Shadows like I do, and then it's real simple to tell. Here to your left, there's the green goo from the Necro. For heavy armor, it's very simple usually because the virtues under a Guardian will give it away. For the medium armor anyways, you can tell thieves because they either have a hood and they look very thievish, or they have Signet of Shadows. Engineers will either have nothing, or they'll be wearing a backpack, a kit, like a grenade kit or whatever, or an elixir kit. And Rangers will usually have a pet out, or they'll have the Signet of the Wild or the Hunt, whichever one gives them movement speed out. So identifying classes is very important, but for the most part it's usually easy. Mesmers can be kind of hit and miss because it could be a Mesmer, but it could also be a Necro. But you steal, you find out real quick. Rangers storing their pets and without signets can be deceptive though, because they can kind of look like a thief. Here's a warrior. You can obviously tell because he has a signet. But he has Scale Venom, which is a consumable you get that does not stack with either nourishment or maintenance. And it inflicts weakness. I don't know what the parameters are for whether it's just on hit or on crit. I feel like they're going to take it out in World vs. World. With the amount of things that they have taken out, I kind of feel like it belongs in that same category of, well, this is great for your PvE experience, but we don't want you to use it in World vs. World. So that was this week's After Hours. Tree of Victory. It's beautiful. Sparkly. So anyways, yeah, after I said that After Hours would be getting shorter, it was much, much longer. Sorry, Jade Quarry, but your misery is my happiness. See you all next week.